Hi, Ben here from Board Games. Games have had a renaissance in the last 10-15 years. Starting with Settlers of Catan, everyone plays board games now. But I played board games before they were cool. Yeah, way before they were cool. So I've gone around all the junk shops, the second-hand board games, the weird gaming saloons and gaming boutiques, and even dug around on eBay and a few other sites to basically find the games that I used to love in the past and see if they've stood the test of time. To start us off, Games Workshop had quite a few re-releases recently. We've had Blood Bowl, we have had Night Vault, which is a return to the old Warhammer quests of old, same as Blackstone Fortress, but in the old days we had Necromunda. Just look at that box art. That is mid-90s beauty. You got crazy ass psychos with massive mohawks and huge muscles just firing guns randomly. I mean, there is no tactics here. This is just purely the love of the slaughter. You've got smashed up pipes spewing green goo. This is what Games Workshop used to be, and unfortunately in recent years the Warhammer Grimdark universe has got a bit dull and stale. In the old days it was fun, it was crazy, it was metal, it was mental. So I picked this up in a tiny little gaming shop in the open market in Brighton. I'd recommend you check it out. The guy in there's quite a nice guy. Has huge amounts of everything from Magic the Gathering cards, Pokemon, through to sort of retro computer games, and this was sitting on the side and I couldn't help but pick it up, and for 20 quid you can't say fairer. But I've got no idea what's in it. I don't know whether it's complete, whether it has figures, or whether it's just a bunch of old newspaper and basically I've been ripped off, but we shall find out. So without further ado, let's break out the straight razor. Sounded almost musical. And oh no, we have, ooh. Oh, look at that. That is when scenery was scenery. None of this plastic, pay £250 to get the entire set of Zone Mortalis or any of that junk. This was all in the box, plastic, cardboard. None of these silly thin rulers. You got red rulers, which is something you could call cheating. You could whack them across the wrists with it and put it to other uses, like poking people in the eye or draft excluders, but useful stuff you got in the box that they don't give away free anymore. So let's split it open and see what we have got here. So cut the sellotape and one and two. Put that away safely. And before we open it, as far as I can see, there should be 24 Citadel miniatures, 12 Orlocks and 12 Goliath fighters, an 88-page source book, I doubt it, 80-page rulebook, I also doubt it, seeing those things sell online for a lot of money, painting and modelling guide, ooh, 2 plastic gauge rulers, these red things here, 7 assorted dice, a selection of detailed card buildings, oh, I really hope they're in there, 30 plastic bulkheads, game counters, templates, and 2 card play sheets. So, without further ado, let's see what is in the box. Oh, that sounded expensive. Okay, with the box open, this is looking promising. I mean, there's an interesting array of miniatures, and if my eyes don't deceive me, it looks like we may have some metal ones as well. So, yeah, let's jump in and see what we got. So we should have 30 plastic bulkheads. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like that's it for the bulkheads. Got 22. There's 8 missing, but hey, I can't say fairer than that. This board game is over 20 years old. I'd be very surprised. Actually, 25 years old. I'd be very surprised if all the pieces are in here. So that's the first part. I'm quite happy with that. Okay, let's push these aside for a second. We should have a selection of cardboard buildings. So we have got, ooh, that's a pretty green one. We've got some gangways. We've got a couple of toppers. We've got another sort of rusty gangway. These are beautifully printed. Games Workshop, take note. No more plastic, just give us cards. Cards so much more fun. Oh, this one's a little bit worse for wear, but still looks awesome. I can fix that later. Okay, let's push those aside for a second as well. Now, we've also got templates. We have got template 2-inch explosion. We have got a flamer template. And we have got a 1-inch template. Now, I've got those in plastic. Games Workshop seems to have done away with template weapons in 40k, but it's nice to see that these are still here in the box. And yeah, I might use plastic ones if I ever play this, but it's nice to have the cardboard ones as well. Also, we've got a load of tokens. These are an example of a few of them. We have got what says broken. We have got hidden. We've got, that's probably when you're dead. We have got a gang sign, which is probably some kind of objective, loot, and overwatch. We've got piles and piles of those in this box as well. But anyway, that's the cardboard stuff out of the way. Now for the really interesting part. The thing I'm interested in, the models. So in the box we should have 12 Goliath gang fighter miniatures. Now this is back in the day when everything was fairly simple and clipped together, which Games Workshop seems to have gone back to recently, which is an odd step backwards. They all look like this. This is a Goliath gang fighter. He's got his stubber gun and he's got his massive compensation of a combat knife there. Yeah, definitely trying to compensate for something. Must explain the muscles and the ridiculous harness. But yeah, these are quite nicely sculpted. I mean, they've got some good armour. Their face details are right. I mean, they're a bit plasticky, but this is back in the day when Citadel would mass pack things with these box games, and they put all their effort into sort of the single miniatures they sold, whereas anything came with a box like Blood Bowl, or in this case Necromunda, everything was a bit sort of mass produced. So they all pretty much look the same. The nice thing about these miniatures is they're all fairly interchangeable. So all the arms are got these little pegs, and you can just plonk a new arm on him as easy as you like. And now instead of a shotgun, he has got a las cannon. So yeah, it's really quite cool. Yeah, and in the box we have got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, very happy with that. Also, according to the box, I should have 12 Orlok fighters. Now the Orloks are a skinnier bunch who basically look like sort of a paramilitary group. They're a lot faster, and the guns aren't as powerful, but they're nowhere near as slow as the Goliaths here. So let's see what we got in the way of Orloks. Now Orloks we're not quite as lucky with. I mean, we've got this guy here. They're interchangeable as well, same as the Goliath. So this guy here has already been undercoated, and he's got what looks like a bolt pistol and a knife. No base for him, and he's kind of snapped off, but I thought I can go on a base. I've only got 7 of them, but the nice thing about this box is it appears that they've taken the plastic ones, got rid of them, and replaced most of them with metal miniatures. So got a really nice set of the old retro metal ones, which are much more detailed than the plastic crap. So yeah, I've got 1, 2, this is a leader. 3, this is a plastic one, and he's got a massive machine gun of some kind. 4, 5. This guy's metal, and yeah, he's got what looks like a flamer. 6. And finally, 7. So that's 7. I just realised this guy isn't actually a ganger. This is a Juve, which is one of the younger members of the gang. So you don't get those with the new Games Workshop miniatures. So it's nice to see that I can use these with my new version of Necromunda, and actually have juves as well, which you usually have to basically use old regular gangers for, but it's nice to have the younger miniatures here, so that's good. So to make up for that in the box, there's also a few other interesting extras as well, which weren't part of Necromunda but have come with it. We've got this guy here who's underhive scum. They used to have guys who weren't affiliated with any gangs, who basically sort of like bounty hunters or jacks of all trades. So we've got a lovely underhive scum there. We have got a ratling, who were mutants, and mutants aren't really particularly liked by the Imperium, but it's nice that we've got a rattling sniper here, which was never part of the box set but was always part of the Necromunda universe, so that's great getting that extra. And we have, which makes me really, really happy, clear those guys away, a bounty hunter, and he's really cool. I love him. He's got a flamer in one hand and what looks like a knife which snapped off. I'd have to glue another knife back on there, but covered in grenades and a bandolier, and yeah, he's really, really cool. And also there's a whole new gang which basically wasn't included in the box, but whoever basically sold this included a load of metal Escher, including a gang leader, a juve, a ganger, another ganger who told him what looks like a massive anti-aircraft gun and a stubber, and another juve. That's a really, really nice find. And a pair of legs from an odd other game. We've also got a load of bases, spare arms and legs with new guns, more new guns, and just bits and pieces. So yeah, really happy with that. Okay, yeah, really, really happy with this box set. The box is in fine condition. I mean, it's a bit wear and tear, but it's not torn. It's got all the art intact. Got loads and loads of great miniatures. Absolutely tons and tons of cardboard and plastic bulkheads. So yeah, really, really nice find, and I'm really looking forward to setting this up. In fact, let's give it a set up now and see what these look like assembled. So that's Necromunda, and for a game from 1995, 1996, it's not bad at all. I love the plastic terrain, and I love all the modular figures so you can change the guns and change the stances, and it was really nice to get the metal figures with it as well. I mean, this isn't a complete set. A lot of the cardboard and a lot of the bulkheads are missing, but I'd say it's about 85% complete. There's no rulebooks in the box, there's no painting guide, there's no modelling guide, but those are all available for PDF, so I'm not too worried about that, or I can pick them up later on eBay. But the bits I wanted are there, the wonderful box art, the great vertical terrain, and all the figures, which basically I remember from way back in my childhood hanging out in Games Workshop and watching other people play and wishing that I could afford to have the wonderful setups which they had. So yeah, very, very happy with this, and thanks for watching the channel. We're fairly new, so basically please like and subscribe, and next week we're going to have a look at the absolute classic from Games Workshop from back in the day, when they partnered for a couple of fantastic games with Milton Bradley. Thanks for watching Boardgames Gaming. I'll see you again next week.